Hi, welcome back. We're still talking about the simple present tense. Today, I brought you the expressions that we can use with the simple present tense. The simple present tense is normally used with what we call adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency are always, and this means 100% of time. We have usually a little bit less, which is 80% of the time. We have often or often, which means 60% of the time. Again, I have sometimes, which means 25%, almost 25%. Rarely, okay, which is about 5% of the time. And I have never, which means 0%. So every time I see these adverbs, I use the simple present. Example, I rarely go out at the weekend. I rarely, this means that 5% of the time, okay? I rarely, and you have to note that these adverbs often comes after the subject immediately. I rarely, I always, I usually, I often, I sometimes, I never. So they are placed immediately after the subject. Here, you can see the position, okay? I rarely go out at the weekend, which means you go out at the weekend 5% of the time, right? Also, I have got another expressions that we can use with the present simple. These expressions are called time expressions, and they often refer to the simple present tense. I have got here every day, which means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every day, or every week, every Friday. So every time you have this expression, you have to use the simple present, as we saw last time. Okay? In the affirmative sentence, we often use these time expressions and these adverbs of frequency in the present simple tense, the affirmative sentence. And I have got on Mondays, for example, on Mondays, on Sundays, okay? At the weekend, okay? In the morning, in the evening, or in the afternoon. So every time I have got this expression, I use the present simple tense. Again, for example, when we have in winter, so winter is a season. Okay, in winter, in spring. Once a week, which means one time a week. We can also say once a day, which means one time a day, or once a month, one time a month, right? We have also another expression which is twice a year, which means 2 times a year, right? Twice a year. And as an example, when we use these expressions, I say, for example, I exercise, which means I do sport. I exercise twice a week, right? I exercise twice a week. So as you can see here, these expressions normally comes after the verb. It comes after the verb, okay? Whereas adverbs of frequency, they most of the time comes after the subject. I rarely. But here, I exercise twice a week. So I say these expressions often comes at the end of the sentence, right? So I hope this will help. Thank you for following the video. Have a nice time.